Why is it that every time a pro wrestler dies, there are two people in the media that give their little biased opinions and stereotypes of the WWE and pro wrestling, mainly using the WWE as a launching point? My name is Hollywood Joe Williamson from Hollywood's World of Sports, and I really hope somebody at CNN or ESPN sees this video. Today, not only did I hear one horrible stereotype, I've heard two in a matter of 12 hours. Colin Cowherd of ESPN and Nancy Grace of CNN think they know everything about the world of professional wrestling and the WWE. Ultimate Warrior, as we know, died, on April 8th, walking to his car from his hotel. And everybody's all these two want to do is jump to conclusions and say, oh, steroids, drug abuse. People, the Ultimate Warrior has not wrestled in 20 years. Damn near 20 years. And I highly doubt he was on steroids during the time he wasn't wrestling. And Nancy Grace, you showed a list of wrestlers that died before they were 50. There's people on there that died accidentally and of natural causes. Owen Hart died of an accident. Chris Candido died of a blood clot from a complication from surgery. Junkyard Dog died of a car accident. Big John Studd died of cancer. There's a lot of guys that died accidentally, had nothing to do with steroids, had nothing to do with drugs, had nothing to do with the industry they were in. And Colin Cowherd, you want to go on record in saying that WWE is the last option for guys that couldn't find anything else or couldn't hack at professional sports. First off, you should be ashamed that you insulted, an industry like that. Two of your co-workers were in that industry, and I'm referring to Jonathan Coachman and Todd Grisham. You're going to say they couldn't hack it? Because they're doing the same job you're doing, pal. Yeah. What do you think about that for a minute? And while we're talking about not hacking things, let me ask you this. When's the last time the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, when's the last time any professional sports company or organization went to Iraq, went to Afghanistan, and had a basketball game, had a football game, had a baseball game, had a hockey game for the troops? When's the last time that's happened? It's never happened. But for the last 10 years, WWE has either went to Afghanistan, has went to Iraq, has went to one of the, army bases now to honor the troops that serve our country. You name one athlete out there who has just as many Make-A-Wish, contributions as John Cena. You name one sport that has as many Make-A-Wish contributions as WWE. You could put all the sports together and it wouldn't combine all the Make-A-Wish contributions that WWE has made to those kids. When's the last time the NBA, NHL, NBA, NFL have educated the public on their rights to vote? Huh? When's the last time these professional sports organizations have had rallies about anti-bullying? Let me tell you something. Number one, CNN, political news stations in general are pathetic. Nancy Grace just needs to stick to crime and law and politics. She just needs to shut up and not talk about professional wrestling. Because whoever is doing her research is a pile of shit. And Colin Cowherd, I have no idea who the fuck you're talking to. Who warps your mind with whatever stupid shit that's coming out of your mouth. Yeah, back in the 80s, back in the early 90s, it was a steroid-filled area. They did a lot of drugs and alcohol and painkillers. That was then. This is now. The WWE does not allow steroids, doesn't allow HGH, doesn't allow painkillers, doesn't allow any of that crap. They have the strictest drug and wellness policy of any professional sports organization there is. And have you noticed, none of their active wrestlers in the last 4 to 5 years have found dead. It's all guys that lived in that era. And yes, it is sad. It sucks that those guys in the the late 80s, early 90s didn't have the same strict policies that they do now. All these guys that have died recently, besides Ultimate Warrior, have had no connection to WWE in a long, long time. And honestly, Ultimate Warrior is the first death that has happened in a very, very long time. And personally, Colin Cowherd needs to be taken off the air. He's gone way, way too far with his comments in the past, and they need to stop. I understand everybody has a right to their opinion, but is everybody forgetting the fact that this man was a husband, this man was a father, and all you're gonna do is say, well, he was worthless and couldn't hack it in any other industry, so he chose professional wrestling and resorted to steroids and drugs and alcohol. People pass away every day. People pass away from different things every day. Nobody knows what all these wrestlers passed away from. Yeah, drugs and alcohol and steroids can be related to it. But you know what? Not every professional wrestler passes away due to those things. And somebody needs to take these two in a room and educate them. Somebody should have faxed Nancy Grace the drug and wellness policy before she went on the air with her bullshit. And somebody needs to present all the great things that WWE does for the community to Colin Cowherd before he runs his mouth on his radio show. Hello. Wake up. Oh my God. That's my rant for that. I don't even... I don't even know what to say about oh Lord. I don't get angry that often about what I see on the news or stupid people's opinions on the news. But as a pro wrestling fan, do your research, back up your facts before you go on the air and make a complete asshole out of yourself. That's all I'm asking. That's all pro wrestling fans are asking. That's all the WWE's asking. Yeah. Nancy Grace, Colin Cowherd. Just make yourself look dumber and dumber each time you talk about the WWE and professional wrestling. Don't quit your day jobs, because Lord knows you couldn't hack it anywhere else.